prospective students, parents, and friends. I'm Dr. Song Gang, Associate Dean of the Arts Faculty. Welcome to our Info Day virtual fair event. In this half an hour webinar, we will let you have some fresh and concrete understanding of our BA curriculum. In our recent exchanges with some teachers and students from secondary schools, we found the students seem to be more interested in knowing which programs may be the right choice, what the major or minor studies look like, as well as the future career path. So this is not only important for those of you who plan to enter the BA program, but also useful for those who end up in another faculty, yet still are interested in art subjects and want to take an arts major or minor. So today, we will specifically focus on how to choose the majors and minors that best suits your interests and needs in your four-year studies at Hong Kong U. I will start with a general introduction, and then we will have three senior art students, Ken, Anne, and Andrea, who will share their personal experiences of choosing arts major and minors. Since all three of them, I mean, just senior students, basically I think they can share very rich information with you. And for the final few minutes, I will just summarize briefly the key points and then offer you some advice, further advice. So, and also if actually, if you have any questions during the sharing, you can just put your questions in the chat box, and our faculty colleagues will just answer your questions instantly, okay? So I will just very quickly start with the introduction. Let me share the screen. Okay, so you can see this is a kind of a matrix of all these major minors. The first, this first slide. I mean, so many of them, the majors and minors, and I mean the first one slide. I mean, it shows you a basically a map, of your footsteps at the BA curriculum. You can see year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. And in year 1, basically you explore as many as possible. You're interested in subjects, courses. But bear in mind that you, later on, if you declare a major, you want to fulfill the major, you need to, just take at least 18 credits in the introductory level courses. That's year 1. And year 2, at the beginning, you need to declare at least one arts major. And that's the only request we ask for you, okay? Beginning of the year 2. And the first 3 years, basically you fulfill the university compulsory courses, Common Core, Chinese, English, language enhancement courses. And also for year 3 and 4, year 3, there are some, many actually, exchange opportunities. You can go abroad or go to, Taiwan, mainland China, other Asian countries, and North America, Europe, etc. I think after this pandemic gets controlled, I mean, there will be many opportunities for these exchanges. And then 4th year, the capstone experience. Basically, you develop your own research project to be independent in doing your own research. And for the 4 years, you complete just one arts major with 72 or 78 credits, and that's fine. And if you use, you are interested in declaring a second major or another minor or minors. You can feel free to do that. I mean, for minor, just for one minor, it's 36 credits. Okay, so that's basically the footsteps towards your graduation. Okay, and here we have these really kind of as I said, a matrix of all these majors, minors. You can see 23 majors and 31 minors. Here they are divided by the grouped by schools. You can see 3 in school Chinese, 2 in school English, and 7 from school humanities. And for school modern languages and cultures, you can see 11 majors and 18 minors. And lastly, there's one Buddhist study minor in Center of Buddhist Studies. So indeed, I mean, it's really a matrix and too many options. And often I would say the first year students who would have this kind of question or this kind of puzzle, really puzzled. Too many of them, how can I choose these among these major minors? And it seems also very difficult to develop a sense of belonging to a major till my year 2, right? You have to declare a major, at the beginning of year 2, but before that, year 1, I mean, it seems not a clear sense of belonging, right? And what if I realize that I want to quit one major, I want to change to another major in year 3 or even later? I mean, that's really also another issue, a very key concern, and it did happen before. So this sense of belonging may be a puzzle for many students. We really understand this kind of situation, the concern of students. But I would stress here there's an answer from your teachers. So please bear in mind the fundamental rationale of our liberal arts education. So we want that you will learn to build, but not to be given a sense of belonging. We do not want to ask you to do this, to do that, okay? And we do not just simply set some unnecessary limitations and put you on a rather fixed major or minor pathways through your 4-year studies. I mean, it's not fixed at all. I mean, you are on your own hands, okay? Free your mind, explore the matrix, and discover your potential, okay? So that's the general introduction, and also bear in mind this kind of rationale. That's really embedded in our liberal arts education. That's the spirit of our arts education. And I believe, I mean, the following sharing, the 3 senior students, Ken, Anne, and Andrea, they will share with you their personal experiences. I mean, especially in terms of major minor options. And they will demonstrate, the spirit of arts education. Okay, all right. So maybe I'll just give the floor to the 3 students, Ken, Anne, and Andrea. Okay, feel free to speak up. All right.
Okay. Hello, everyone. And I'm Ken, and I'm year 4 student in Faculty of Arts. And my majors, I have 2 majors. One is Chinese language and literature, and one is Chinese history. And I also take a minor in history. And why I choose HKU BA at the very beginning is because I have taken Chinese history as my DSE elective, and both Chinese history and Chinese language are my interests, and I wish I can study both of them in my university life. But I have searched some university information, but I only find that only Hong Kong U can provide me with two double majors for me to pursue in the university life. So I think it's very attractive. And also because I wish to be a teacher and I want to equip more like knowledge of different subjects. And I think Hong Kong U can provide me with this chance. And so I've taken Hong Kong U BA as my first choice when I was a secondary 6 student. And how about Anne or Andrea? Why do you choose HKU BA at the very beginning?
Okay, hi, my name is Wang Yiyin, or you can call me Anne. I am a Year 3 BA student majoring in translation and English studies with French as my minor. So when I was in secondary school, I listened to a talk given by HKU students on the programs offered by HKU, and I learned that the curriculum of the Faculty of Arts is very flexible. The first year students of Faculty of Arts can explore their fields of interest, and they can have different choices. So it really appeals to me because back then I was still very confused about what fields of study I'm interested in and if I am capable of studying them. So I feel like the chance to explore more is very important and essential for me. That's why I choose BA. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea. I'm Zhou Tianjiao, and you can call me Andrea. I'm currently a Year 3 student in Faculty of Arts, and I have 2 majors. One of them is European Studies, and the other is Economics. And I also have a minor in French. As you can see from my name, I'm a mainland Chinese student, a mainland Chinese art student. And actually, when I was in high school, I didn't think a lot about my choice in HKU BA. Actually, the BA curriculum really surprised me when I came to HKU because I could choose from a lot of disciplines as Dr. Song has just introduced. And yeah, so I decided to pursue a major in arts faculty, the European Studies, and also a major out of arts faculty in Faculty of Business and Economics. Yeah, that's pretty much the story of my BA and major minor choices.
I think 3 of us also have the same features, that 3 of us also have double majors and also 1 minor. And I think this this study law is very common in Hong Kong youth BA students, because I think that the declaration of majors and minor are very easy to us to have double major and minor. But I also see that both of you also take French as your minors. Do you think that is there any specific requirement for us to take French or any other language majors as our majors or minor? I think for me, Chinese language and Chinese history, although they are also very popular majors, but I think there are no quotas for us to choose. There are no quotas for us, maybe limitation. That's how many students should take this major or the other major. I think this is very a very good arrangement. And so, yeah, do you think that there is any requirement for your majors and minors?
Talking about requirement for translation specifically, if you want to major in translation, you need to have attained level 5 or above in both Chinese and English to declare a major in translation in HKDSE. So that's something particular about a major in translation. Yes, and about French, I don't think we have to have any prior knowledge about this language before you study French. I think for French, 1001 is a course designed for complete beginners, for French learners. So you don't need to worry if you don't know much things about the language before you enter university. And of course, I think the courses are very friendly. The professors are very helpful. So you can expect a very fruitful learning experiences when you study French as your minor.
Yeah, actually adding to Anne's discussion, I would like to add a point, is that any major or minor requires careful academic planning. For example, the French minor, if you want to take a French minor, it is highly advised that you take French 101 at the first semester of your university life, so that because the language courses are sequential, you have to take one and then the other. And this also applies to my second major in economics, because you have to take mathematics first and then statistics and then many other courses and etc. So actually careful academic planning is paramount in deciding your major and minor. Yeah.
Yes,
Let me
and I
cut in
think
very quickly to ask at least two ladies about the French minor. I mean, it seems indeed, you know, we have these friendly professors, you know, teaching French, you know, at the very beginning for complete beginners. How about someone who has learned French? You know, just can he or she directly jump to, you know, kind of an intermediate level or advanced level course? You see what I
Well,
mean?
actually,
Just do you need to start from the very beginning? You know, the one you said French 101, right? Is that
yeah, of course. There is also always a choice, because if you have taken French either in DSU or in any other institutions, it's all right. You can talk to the language teacher and take a placement test so that you can join either French 201, which is to be taken in second year, or 301, and then you can join any courses that corresponds to your language level. And actually this is very nice, because it can save the credits for the lower level French courses, and you can take more culture electives about French culture and society, so that just to broaden the horizon. Actually, this doesn't only apply to French, it also applies to all the other languages that is offered by arts faculty.
great? Très
Yeah.
bien. Très bien. Thank you.
Très bien.
Okay. Yeah. I see. Any? Yeah. I mean, I also let me see. I mean, how about maybe I can just jump in to ask another question about you know, the maybe some maximum number of major minor possible major minor combinations. What do you think? You know, it seems that you all three of you actually you have you know, double majors and one minor. Do you think this is you know, I think Ken mentioned that this is kind of normal, right? to arts students. But what if, you know, one student just say, you know, I just want to fulfill one major, okay? Or on the opposite, whatever another student say, I will take two majors and maybe two minors, because we have total of 240 credits, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as far as I'm ambitious enough, you know, can I do that? Okay, what could be your answers, your experience?
Actually, I think in principle, both of the situation are feasible. That they can choose one major or they can choose two majors and two minors. But in fact, I think the students should also consider that, or whether their situation can like fit the expectation of the employers and also their study load. Because if you take double majors and double minor, then you will have to like work at like take 6 courses each semester, and which may cause a great burden to yourself, and like you will always be very busy. But also if you only take one major, then I think, because most of our art students also take like double majors because they think that, or they have more advantages in finding jobs or like finding some relevant jobs to them in the future. So I think that you should also like because BA curriculum provides us many chances to us to explore many other fields and other like there are many other subjects. So I think year one students, if they really like they just have one interest, but I think they can also explore the interest more through these 4 years, and also like take more other subjects if they didn't know if they don't know what subject they are intended to take when they are year one. So I think yes, they can fully utilize the chance.
Yes,
Okay.
I agree.
Thank you. Yeah, Anne, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. And also, I think studying another major sometimes can help our first major. Like I major in translation, but I also want to have a second major either in Chinese or in English to help with my translation major. So in my first year, I also took introductory courses in Chinese and English, and to experience the teaching methods of both languages, and then to declare one of them as my second major. And I think it really helps me also to improve my language skills. So I think it's important to explore more, like Ken just said.
Yeah, I think I totally understand your concern because I mean in Hong Kong, really this is English speaking, environment, and I think if you really can enhance your capability, ability or skills, in English speaking, writing, and that's really helpful, and also you take some courses from translation and some Chinese school courses from Chinese school Chinese. I mean, I think really kind of English Chinese Chinese English. I think that's really a nice combination of the majors. Yeah. Okay. Very nice choice. Yeah. How about French? I mean, why you choose French as a minor? That's really just a pure interest, kind of hobby, or you still think it's useful for your major choices?
I think it's mostly my interest because I
Okay.
have always wanted to learn another language after I enter university. And of course, there are a lot of choices offered by HKU. And one of my friends chose French, and I wanted to study with her. So that's why I chose French, basically.
Well, companion, right? To study
Yeah.
together. Yeah, not with Andrea, right? Andrea
Well,
also
my
studying.
intention.
Go
My
ahead.
intention is a little bit different from Anne because I planned for the first thing I major in European studies, which means that I have to choose a European language. But among them, French is the most attractive to me because I would love to live in France or Quebec in the future. So that's also a way to plan your future through learning some other languages so that you could fit in the society better or quicker. Perhaps
Yeah.
that's also a bonus. Yes.
So I think it's very interesting. In your case, you major in European studies, right? But this is the how can I say, subject-based program. I mean, it's kind of just many countries in Europe, right? So you can feel free to choose the languages that you are interested in. Actually, there's German, right? In addition to French, German, Spanish, Italian, right? So theoretically, you can choose another one.
Yeah,
addition to French. Yeah.
Yeah.
But how about, in your case, I mean, this is very interesting. How about the economic? I mean, this is major. I mean, this is not unusual in our faculty that our arts students also take a major in another faculty. Business and economics faculty is one of them, and another one could be social sciences. I mean, we also have BA BAd with education faculty. So it's kind of very interfaculty kind of this kind of a connection. So what's your concern? I mean, it could be very practical, right, for your future career. Okay, maybe you can explain it a bit more.
Yeah, actually, my case could be interesting to understand because first of all, I would like to advertise a little bit for European Studies major because it is a very interdisciplinary major. It not only includes the every country's culture, it also talks about European Union, religion, history, politics, and etc. But the reason why I choose economics as a major, for starters, it's because I believe that economics would be a boost of knowledge to my first major because of the Euro crisis and many economic hardship that the European Union is going through. It would be an interesting bonus to study. But also, I would choose economics as my major because I would like to explore more possibilities that arts faculty offers me, because arts faculty has very flexible curriculum arrangement. You only have to take one arts major. So actually, there are a lot of possibilities. And many of my friends also take politics and public administration from social sciences, social work, and marketing.
Journalism, maybe?
Yeah, journalism. Yeah, it's very
yes.
popular as well. Yeah, actually, yeah. So that's one of the best things about Faculty of Arts is that we can choose as what we want. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. I mean, I think, you know, in your choice, that's a perfect example that, you know, on the one hand, you just acquire this kind of intellectual foundation, right, from arts, you know, to train yourself, you know, critical thinking skills, right, and also communication skills, articulation. But meanwhile, I mean, on the other hand, you really acquire some specialized, you know, knowledge from from another, you know, kind of business and economics, right? So that this kind of nice combination will really boost up your future career potential. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Great. And meanwhile, I would say, you know, you can combine your, you know, arts major with major from another faculty. But meanwhile, I mean, if like Ken and you know, Ken and Anne, I mean, they mainly focus on the arts major and minors. But still, I mean, there could be very kind of how can I say, promising, you know, career paths, right? Ken and Anne. What what do you, you know, plan to do in the future? Maybe very briefly, very quickly. The Ken and Anne.
Oh, because like I said, I would like to be a teacher, a teacher that's like teaching Chinese language and also Chinese history. And so I think a BA will equip me with more knowledge of different subjects. So I think this is an attractive point. And I also think that BA, there are like varieties of choices. I mean, there are different topics of courses among my majors. For example, in Chinese language, there are many like modern literature and also the classic literature, and like about some literature about like gender, and like in Chinese history, there are also many other courses. And also, I think flexibilities also can also be described as my major, because my major, although it has like prerequisite, but it will like provide some freedom for us to choose. For example, like provide different choices and then different courses, and then when I like take 2 or 3 of the choices, then I can like as a prerequisite, then I can declare my major and minor like in Chinese language and Chinese history. So I think it's quite flexible, because like before I chose Hong Kong UBA, I know I'm interested in Chinese language, but I'm more interested in classic literature, but less interested in modern literature. But I see many other universities, their information show that they require me to like take a certain credits for the modern literature. Then I think in Hong Kong, it provides me more freedom, because like if my interest is in like classic literature, then I can choose more courses of classic literature. So I think that it will not have a very fixed curriculum. It allows us to like choose many other courses with different topics. So I think this is also the attractive point that I choose Hong Kong UBA. Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you. I mean, I think the way you talk is really looks like you're already a teacher, right? Already. I mean, with some certainly, I think you are in the final year, and with some maybe you are looking for some internship, right? To have some intern work, experience this work beforehand about work in a local school maybe. And do some training, and then indeed, okay, you will become what want to do, right? Okay.
Yes, and
Okay.
I
Right.
think if we like, I know that many of you may
Mm-hmm.
like have some plans in university. For example, I want to take the responsibilities in the societies, or like doing exchange in year 3, etc. I think it's better for us to like plan the study load beforehand, like before we start our university life. For example, or if because I also went to exchange in year 3, and then if I know that I am going to exchange, then I may take more courses, or like I will arrange some courses to like study them first, and then so to arrange the course selection better, and then like fulfill the credits before I graduate. So I think it's also very important for us to think like what you want to do in your university life before you enter your in university. So I think, yes, this is quite important, and like
Important. Yes.
careful academic planning is very important.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ken. I mean, maybe finally, Anne, you major in translation. I mean, also English studies. I mean, I think this is a very promising, in terms of a career pathway. I mean, what do you plan to do, after graduation?
I think I will do something related to translation or even interpreting in the future, because I think the translation courses I have taken in HKU, the professors are really experienced in the field of translation, and they taught us a lot of useful skills that I really want to apply in the future. And especially for interpretation, one of the professors worked in the government, and he shared a lot with us the practical skills, how to manage anxiety when you do interpretation, etc. And I think it really equips ourselves with enough knowledge and experiences, and that's why I want to do similar things in the future.
Exactly. All right. Thank you.
I see a question that's regarding the quota of the courses. That's or the difficulties of choosing the course. And I think this is the problem that's three of us or some Hong Kong students may also face it, because like the extra period is very competitive for us to like choose the courses. But I think that I think most of the courses, they will have the other courses that they are the same nature or the same level. For example, if your major is advanced courses, they may also have other advanced courses. Then you may like choose the other to replace it immediately. Or if you really need that course to you really need to enroll it in this semester, then some of the cases allow us to write an email to the professors, to ask for whether he can really add you in, because some of them will also consider your situation. For example, I only like one course for me to graduate, but I can't enroll in it. So how can I do? But if I'm in this situation, I will write an email to the professor, and also seek the advice from the arts office, see how they can help us. So I think this may be the ways that for us to cope with this situation. And also for we will have the extra period, so you should sit in front of the computer and then take time to write in it. And I think yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ken. I mean, that's a very practical advice, and as a professor, I approve your request. I mean, this indeed. I mean, many students, they have this kind of question. Oh, I cannot get into one course, So every semester we encounter this kind of problem. We will try our best, our colleagues and I, try our best to fit you into the the courses that you want. So basically, I think you just reach out. That's also an important thing to keep the close communication with the both the program coordinators, and also the colleagues from our faculty office. Whenever you have a kind of question or problem in your studies. Yeah. Okay. I see there's a reminder. Time is up. I think for the last 2 minutes also, I will just summarize the key points. And meanwhile, actually, for the audience, if you have further questions, you can still type in, put in the chat box, either in English or Chinese. Okay, very quickly. But I will do my last part. Thanks to the three students. I mean, really, they share very interesting and rich information about their experiences. But let me share the screen and finish the this webinar session with the last 2 slides. So from their examples, you can see that indeed, when before you make your choices, maybe you need to know our rationale of liberal arts education, right? But when you make your choices, you should know clearly your objectives. Okay, so basically you find you just explore your interests and know your potential. Indeed, I mean, I'm telling you that your potential, but the thing is, maybe even after 1 semester, you still probably didn't get, very clear idea about your potential. So you really need to further explore and, try different choices and try to find which, combination of which option could best suit your need and your interest. Okay, and also consider your career prospect. I just asked the 3 students. I think it seems that they have already a very clear, plan for their future careers, right? So with these points, in your mind, and then you can develop a very, a clear, tailor-made, major minor plan, and really you're ready for the BA studies. Okay, and also just another objective, try your best to learn to be independent. As I said, we don't tell you what to do. We don't kind of almost like a force, gives you, probably something maybe not best for you. Okay, so you need to think independently and try to find out independently what is best for you. Okay, make your own decision. But meanwhile, okay, don't forget, we're always by your side. Okay, be collaborative, be communicative, reach out, get our advice and help. Okay, so these objectives, I hope that you can bear in mind. And lastly, I mean, a few essential tips. This is the first one, the pathway to go alone. Again, with these examples, the experience sharing, you know that, first of all, explore your interests. Okay, this is only, very, very good opportunity for you to just feel free to test your, capability, find your potential, and explore as many as your interest subjects. Okay, but meanwhile, okay, think carefully. Among these choices, maybe a few of them are you are really interested in, but you still need to prioritize your first choice and second choice, and then choose in addition to the arts major, and then you just maybe choose another major or other minors, and then you have already this focus, right? Just focus on that, especially after year 2, and then develop your skills and build up your knowledge, and then you will be expert, right? Expertise, ready, for the future career, right? So after graduation, and then the two balances to keep in mind, and already I think the examples already show you that on the one hand, you need to be realistic. Some students will say, I want this, I want that, but it's too ambitious, maybe too idealistic. Okay, just try to strike a balance between ideal and reality. And then another balance between self and others. Okay, on the one hand, you need to be independent, right? Make your own choice, right? But meanwhile, listen to others. Okay, choose the useful tips for you. Okay, so two balances. And lastly, the three scenarios to avoid. Already, actually, we already mentioned, some experience and also some examples already. Don't to be too idealistic. It seems that you want to take all the best ones in maybe one from each school. We have 4 schools, right? So 2 majors from popular majors from 2 schools, and 2 popular minors maybe from the other 2 schools. I mean, it seems all best ones. I want to take them all. Maybe this is too ambitious. Just to think otherwise. Realistically. Okay, and or another one to avoid is that not to be simplistic. I just want to take one major and that's it. For others, I have no interest. I think that's probably not the real reality that you see it. Actually, there could be some other options, as these students they already shared with you. There could be some other options, some other courses, major minors that are very helpful for this, only one choice that you like. Okay, so don't be too symbolistic. Okay, and also don't be too over reliant. You need to be independent. Don't just no longer a secondary school student, right? Parents or others say, of course, their opinions, I think you need to listen. Okay, you can take the ones that are useful for you, but don't always say he says, she says, and they say, and but what do you say? Right? What's your own opinion? What's your own choice? Right? So I guess that's about the essential tips. Thank you for your listening, and thanks for the 3 gorgeous students who share their very kind of a lively examples, real personal experiences about our studies. And I guess people are still asking questions. Let me before I stop share, I think if you have further questions, please, yeah. All our colleagues have not replied you, in a timely manner, and they tried their best already. But if not, you still have chance to go to the, our this Faculty of Arts this booth, and you can. Let me see. Do I stop share already? Oh. Go into this Faculty of Arts booth and find on the next page on the right hand, there's a chat. Okay, you click on that. You can put whatever question that you want to ask, and our colleagues are there to answer your questions. Okay, all right. I think that's all for this webinar session. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you for your help, and Andrea and Ken. Okay, all right. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.